So in this video, we're going to go over the unit test for equations and inequalities introduction. So we're going to scroll down all the way. So I got an 85 20 days ago. Resume unit test. Oh, let me click through this. All right, so this is the unit test. Let's say go. All right, so it says select the values of x that make the inequality true. So it says x is greater than -5. X is on the big side here of the inequality, so x is greater than -5. And I need to select three answers that are greater than -5. So -8 does not work, -6 does not work, 4 is greater than -5, -2 is greater than -5, and 1 is greater than -5. So those three. All right. So for this one, it says Emma tried to solve an equation. So let's see. So we got to figure out if there are any mistakes. So let's just check it out. T minus 3/5 equals 4/5. So I would add 3/5 to both sides. That would give me T equals 7/5, 7/5, rather. So I have T minus 3/5. They add 3/5 to both sides, looks like. I'm going to get T equals 1. So 7/5 doesn't equal 1. So it looks like the setting up was fine, but the calculating, I think, is what was wrong here. So let's see if that's correct. Yep, right. All right, so this says select all the equations where x equals 3 is a solution. So let's see. So the first one, x plus 4 equals 7. So if we put 3 in for x, we would get 3 plus 4 equals 7, which is correct. So I'll say A. I'll just like preemptively kind of circle that one. X over 9 equals 3. If you put in 3, that'd be 3 over 9. That would be 1/3. So that does not equal 3. So not that one. 5 minus x equals 2. So if x were 3, that would work. 5 minus 3 equals 2. So I'll circle that one. And choose two answers. So I think I can just select these two and assume that the others are incorrect. Yeah. All right. So for this one, let's read it. It says, Kai is buying boxes of cookies at a bakery. Each box of cookies costs $4. He wrote this equation to find how many dollars he'll spend, D, when he buys some number of boxes of cookies, C. So if he buys more and more boxes of cookies, C, then the price, D, will go up. He'll spend more money. He'll spend more dollars if he buys more boxes of cookies. So the amount of dollars spent is dependent on the amount of boxes of cookies that you buy, which is independent. So the dollar spent is dependent on the amount of boxes of cookies that you buy, which is kind of your choice, and that's the variable that you can change, or you get to choose how many boxes you get to buy. So that's why that's each one goes there. All right. This one says Jolie earned $205 for babysitting in 1 month. She spent $D going to a water park with some friends. After going to a water park, Jolie had $160 remaining. So just kind of looking at it, it looks like she spent $45. So I can put that here, $45. So what's going on here is she had 205, took away D dollars, and she's left with 160. So I'm going to use that. Yep, it takes it. That's nice. All right, this one says the tape diagram represents an equation. All right, so a plus 17 equals 35, looking at the diagram. So that one is option B. And A would be, what was that, 18 rather? If it were 17 plus 17 is 34, so it's one more than that at 18. All right. So this one says Anna wants to celebrate her birthday party by eating a pizza with her friends. For $42.50 total, they can buy P boxes of pizza. Each box of pizza costs $8.50. Select the equation that matches the situation. So every box costs $8.50. In total, it's $42.50. So it's going to be $8.50 times the number of pizzas, P, equals $42.50. So that is option. It actually comes out to option C, oddly enough. If you multiply both sides by 8.5, you get this. If you multiply both sides by 8.5, you'll get $42.50, which is the cost. Oh my goodness, it's so ugly. Equals 8.5 times P, which is what I had said off the bat, is that 8.5 times the number of pizzas that you buy is going to give you $42.50, the total price. If you solve this equation for P, you'll get the answer C, which is why C is the correct answer there. All right, so erase that. 1/2 A equals 11. So what I'll do is if half of A is 11, then A is going to be 22, is one way to think of it. I could also multiply both sides by 2, which would give me A equals 22. Another way to think of it is I could divide both sides by 1/2. And this is where, you can use your calculator, just kind of divide by 1/2 or 0.5, either one. But yeah, if you divide both sides by 0.5 or 1/2, you'll also get the answer of 22. So that's just kind of a few ways to do it. All right. It says Seb bikes at a constant rate of 20 kilometers per hour. Write an equation that represents the distance d in kilometers. So the distance, the total distance, how far will it be? It's 20 kilometers per hour that this person bikes. And they're using t to represent the amount of time. So as t increases, as the amount of hours increases from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, you're going to bike 20 extra kilometers each hour. And that equation kind of works with that relationship. So we're going to say d, the distance, equals 20 times the amount of time. In 2.5 hours, that would be 50 kilometers. All right, this one says complete the table for the given rule. So how do we find y? It equals x plus 2/3. So if y is 2, I can say that 2 equals x plus 2/3. So it's going to be x is going to be 2/3 less than 2. So it's going to be, was that 4/3? We can turn the 2 into thirds. So we can say this is 6/3. That'll make it, we can do the kind of the algebra that way, plus 2/3. From here, you would subtract 2/3 from both sides. So x is going to be 4/3, which is 6/3 minus 2/3. So x is going to be 4/3. And then when x is 8/3, what we're going to do is, let's see, let me clear here. So when x is 8/3, y is going to be 8/3 plus 2/3, which is 10/3. So I'm not going to write that. So I'm going to say 10/3. So it's 8/3 plus 2/3 is 10/3, and then 22/3 plus 2/3 is 24/3. 24/3. So that should give it to us there. Very nice. Clear. So this one says the speed of sound is approximately 1,225 kilometers per hour. When an object travels faster than the speed of sound, it creates a sonic boom. Write an inequality that describes S, the speeds at which a moving object creates a sonic boom. So the speeds that create a sonic boom, S, are any speeds that are greater than 1,225. So that should be the inequality. Yep. So the speeds that are bigger than 1,225 create a sonic boom. Choose the graph of the inequality x is greater than -2. So it's greater than, there's no underlined. So it's going to be an open circle. It's not including -2 as an answer. So that rules out C. It's going to be either B or D because those are the inequalities that are kind of centered at -2. And we need the one that that's showing numbers greater than -2. So that's going to be option B. Choose the inequality that represents the following graph. So it's showing the numbers that are greater than -1. So that's going to be option C. X, or our solutions, are greater than -1. So we're reading it from the variable. Oh, and it gives answers there as well, the others. Jose made this table to show the relationship between his age and his cousin Mario's age. So Jose is 10, 11, 12, and 13. Mario is 3, 4, 5, and 6. Complete Jose's equation. How old is Jose in relation to Mario? So it seems like Jose is Mario's age plus 7. Yeah, and that holds for all of the different years. All right. Oh, this one's nice. So h plus 9 equals 14. So that means h has to be 5 because 9 plus 5 gets you to 14. The quotient of 36 and 3 is j. So 36 divided by 3, that's the quotient of 36 and 3, and that is what j is. So 36 divided by 3 equals j equals 12. Which rule describes the relationship between the x and y coordinates in the following graph? So when x is 2, y is 3. When x is 5, y is 6. So it looks like y is 1 greater than x. When x is 7, y should be 8, which it is. So it's going to be x plus 1. There you go. Graph x is greater than or equal to -1. So I'm going to center it at -1. The circle will be closed because of the underline here. So I'm including -1 as a solution. And I'm showing all the solutions greater than, which is on to the right side. So this looks good. The hanger image below creates a balanced equation. So I could say x plus x equals 3, but I could also say 2x equals 3 because there's 2 of them, and I think that will work. Very nice. This one here, so what I'm looking for, I'm solving for x. So I know that x minus 5.6 equals 4.4. So if I'm solving for x, I'm going to add 5.6 to both sides. So x is going to be 4.4 plus 5.6, which is 10. So it should be 10. Very nice, 100%. So I hope that helped. So you should pause it, slow it down, and kind of, when you see similar questions, look back to these questions and, to get help with the kind of the thought process and the way to, think about each problem. So I hope this helps, and good luck.